One of the people working side by side with President Zelensky as he directs the country's war effort and tries to rally support from Western allies is Sergei Leshchenko, who currently serves as an advisor to President Zelensky's chief of staff. And joining us now is Sergei Leshchenko. Mr. Leshchenko, thank you for making time for us tonight. Today, President Zelensky spoke to the Canadian Parliament. Tomorrow, he's going to address the U.S. Congress. What does the president want to achieve in talking to U.S. lawmakers tomorrow?
Our president want to have the coalition to support Ukraine in this brutal war started by Russia. We need weapons. We need military support on the ground, but especially on the air. We called for closing the sky, to have non-flying zone over Ukraine, to stop bombing of Ukrainian cities. Unfortunately, we have negative answer from our partners. Then we called to provide us Soviet fighter jets, which are now based in our neighbor countries, which are members of NATO. But unfortunately, this operation was not succeed as well. For today, we are calling for more anti-aircraft support, because what you see on the ground, Russia is quite weak. Their army is not that powerful. Their army is just big and long, but they have powerful aircraft, powerful fighters, powerful bombing, and they destroyed a lot of Ukrainian cities. They started to attack Kiev. Starting from the weekend, they bombed our not just neighborhoods of Kiev, but city of Kiev itself. And to stop this, we need support on the sky. And unfortunately, as for today, we have very weak answer from our partners on this topic. That is why President gonna address the issue for American lawmakers and American citizens, to call for unity, to call for solidarity, to call for humanism, to provide more support for Ukraine. We are very much appreciate all support done by American citizens, American government for Ukraine. But as President told today to British Prime Minister, the support provided us for a week. We spent the support during 20 hours. We need more weapons to defend our country.
One of the problems, Mr. Leshchenko, is that NATO countries are saying that Ukraine is not a NATO member. Today, when he addressed the EU leaders, President Zelensky appeared to give up on the prospect of Ukraine ever joining NATO. Ukraine's constitution commits Ukraine to actually pursuing membership in NATO. So why did that happen? Why did the president say he thinks that NATO, Ukraine is not going to join NATO, which is exactly what Vladimir Putin wants?
I cannot comment President what he said. This is his legal right to say, but you know what is going on in Ukraine now. It's the war, and Ukraine expected to have more support from our partners, especially in this critical moment, because Ukraine not just fighting for ourselves. Ukraine is fighting for Europe. We defend Europe from Russia, because believe me, Russia will not stop on Ukraine. Russia will expand their power toward European countries, toward Baltic countries, Poland, so members of NATO. The idea of Putin is not just to occupy Ukraine or to make this denazification of Ukraine or demilitarization of Ukraine as he announced. His goal is to destroy the global order created after the Second World War in Yalta, which is occupied, by the way, was occupied 8 years ago by Russia. That is why Ukraine is calling for support from our partners to provide the weapons which we are looking for. But unfortunately, the answer is very weak. And the argument is that if we, as a NATO members, provide these weapons to Ukraine, we will escalate, we will provoke Russia more. But my question is, if you, as our partners, afraid to provide us these weapons, because Russia can be nervous, will you accept our application to NATO, which makes Russia crazy? Mm-hmm. It looks like you're not gonna do this. Yeah. It looks like we are living in like in a dream, you know, but it's time to wake up, because we are losing our country, we are losing our people, we are losing our economy. And we have to find the form of our guarantees, of our sovereignty, of our integrity, of our security. Because without these guarantees, this war can happen again and again. That is why the idea of negotiation now is to find the formula of these security guarantees. Can be security guarantees from our neighbor countries, can be security guarantees from our guarantors from Budapest Memorandum 1994, when Ukraine stopped nuclear program as a post-Soviet country. And this Budapest Memorandum was just a lame duck, not able to defend Ukraine. So this is a part of negotiation now. But the problem is that Ukraine is living in the state of war 3 weeks already, and we are looking for more support from our partners.
Sergei Leschenko is the current advisor to President Zelensky's chief of staff. Mr. Leschenko, thank you for your time tonight.
Thank you.